Welcome to my live show, Insight and Perspective with Bronx Girl. Hey everyone, how are you? Yes, today is Tuesday. What time is it? 9:03. I decided, well, I hate when I say I decided. I wanted to come live and chat up with the audience and maybe gain a new host of subscribers, gain a few more subscribers. Well, shout out to my subscribers that has been here since day one. The brave hearts, the bold, the beautiful, the cool, the confident, the sexy, and the intelligent. So I would just like to say thank you. I'm here just chatting away, whether you participate in this live or not. If you're listening from your wherever you listening from or streaming from wherever you decide, thank you. Whether that's from work, home, you cooking or cleaning, you just relaxing, you walking or jogging. Thank you for taking me along with you during this day. Well, I say during this day, along with you this morning. That's the best way to put it. Thank you for bringing me along on your morning. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know where to start. I haven't been up here in a few days. Zachary was out of school. No, but I think I've been here since he went back to school. I just haven't hopped on live on this platform. I was live yesterday on my other platform talking crap. I came to talk crap on this platform. So, I want everybody just to sit back and relax, and you don't have to jump down in the comments, but if you want to, you can. And welcome to the live show. I If you are here and you are waiting for me to start the show with a topic, the topic was men are y'all okay on Threads. I was talking about Threads on my other channel yesterday about how I think Threads is a part of Instagram. It's a let me see, how can I say? Yeah, it's a part of Instagram. It's affiliated with Instagram, and I didn't know this, but I learned this like last year that Facebook, Instagram, and now Threads are in the same family. So it's streamed all at once, and your profiles are linked. So here I am talking crap about Threads, and that's not what we only have to talk about. We could talk about a variety of things. This is a variety channel, an entertainment channel where we could just, politic, build, bond, exchange ideas, and get to know one another. It's nothing wrong with exchanging ideas respectfully. So thank you. And this right here are my practice lives. If anyone don't know, I'm going to continue to say I do want to enhance my journey and improve the quality of my public speaking to at least bring in a certain audience and attract a certain audience for a certain set of listeners. So bear with me, continue on my journey. Thank you for the ones that have been down with me from day one. You are the real ones, and I appreciate you. You are the ones that gave me bragging rights officially, right? You are the ones that gave me bragging rights officially, because I'm monetized on this channel, and I'm going to make sure it stays that way. So, we'll get into a little stuff, and then we'll get into a little of that, little bit of this, little bit of that. But I was like listening, like, oh my gosh, I always have to give my audience, my beautiful brave hearts, what they want and what they want to hear, because they work hard and they are hardworking people, and they want to hear what they came here for, which is, what's going on in this sector. And again, I know some people might not believe me, but I don't be that fully. Hey, who's that? Hi, Jasmine. How are you? Thank you, Jasmine, for stopping by the live. I haven't really been. I don't even know what's going on in this sector. Everyone may agree with me or disagree with me that this sector has died out. The drama has the drama has died down. It's nothing special that I would like to talk about. There's nothing special in particular. Hi, Christetta, Christy, Chris, Tita, Olsen. I would call you K.O. Olsen. I don't even have to call you that. I just say hello. I don't want to shout your name out, your full name. We don't know who's listening. But yeah, so I don't know who's really I don't know what's really going on in this sector. And I say sector because this is where I started. This is where it all started. And it takes some time to like get out this sector. The algorithm, may I, how you say it, pray to the algorithm. The algorithm, please lift me up out this sector and put me in this sector where I am wanted, where I'm accepted, where there are listeners that want to talk about relationships and lifestyle and fashion current events. So yeah, that's my goal. But let's see who we have. Of course I always watch Brittany. Ever since she said that she didn't like my hair and she was talking shit about me, and I was like, I'm going to stay on her ass, and that's what I'm going to do. Stay on her ass for fun, because it's just. I heard. Listen, you know what? I'll say it like this. Let me bring it back. Let me get a little serious for my audience, my listeners, but in particular, the most I want to get this message across to the brave hearts, my beautiful subscribers, and more importantly, you are beyond subscribers, you are supporters, and that means a lot to me. So I don't like to touch on sensitive subjects, and that could be a little bit. Some people may use the word triggering. I don't like that word trigger, because I don't. If something upsets you, right? My intent is not to rage bait, but if it sound like that and if it come across like that, then okay, it's okay. You receive it how you receive it. If I offend someone, that's my whole point. Like, if someone is offended, then you have the right to be offended. I'm not trying to intentionally offend no one. I'm not intentionally trying to trigger anyone. I just know that there are things and topics that going around, surfacing around, being said that I don't want to get involved in or with, a part of, because children are involved. And that's it, that's all. I said some things last live. I talked about Roz, I talked about Brittany, I talked about everyone that's out, that's like out there showing their faces. But I don't want to talk about y'all people. No, you're very boring to me. You don't do anything for me. Don't stoke my flames. You don't have anything of interest. I don't want to know about your personal lives. I don't care about your personal lives. I don't care what you do in your personal lives. I don't care how you live your personal life. You are human beings, and that's it. That's all. Like, I'm not like going there to the extent where I have to dig deep, do research. I'm not doing that shit. It's just stupid to me. I'm not on it like that. But if you're here and you want to listen, you have the option to like the live, or you have the option to dislike it. Either way, it puts me in the algorithm. But let's get started. So I don't know about anybody what's going on, or the details of anyone's story or background or history, but I had seen a post, oh gosh, about something that I don't want to be a part of, but I would bring it up in a decent, respectful manner. And it was pertaining to Brittany and her family, and I don't want to get into that because that's not me. That's not who I am. Brittany have the right to have privacy in her own family. So I was seeing something about her little K and her family and something going on behind the scenes. I'm not gonna touch that shit, right? That's something personal. That's something sensitive to a lot of people, and that's not something that I will sit there and go back and forth on. Like, I could be a fucking bum living in the streets. I would still stream live. I would still talk shit. I could be a bum robbing and scamming people. I'm still going to stream live, go live, talk shit. Who's going to stop me is the most important part. Or what matters the most is who's going to stop me from doing what I do. Roz is going to continue doing what she do. I seen her, she was going shopping with her daughter. I turned it off because I'm not really trying to follow anyone going shopping. I think a lot of people probably really think I be joking and bullshitting about me having interest in other people's lives, but no, I really don't. All right, I really don't care. So what you do? Like, this shit has been going for 4 years. No one has become filthy rich off of this. No one has become a multi-millionaire. I guess everyone that makes money is just breaking even. You do what you want to do, pay your bills. And that's another thing. I be hearing people talking about other people's finances. Like, if you're a black person and you're not up there in the top 1%, and you could be making decent amount of money, 100,000 amount of money, 100,000 a year, you getting taxed too, right? So I don't know, people. I don't know if the black community don't realize that we are the poorest and we are the ones that don't have. We are considered the minority of the world, right? We at one point in time we wasn't looked at as human beings and shit. Like, so when people talk about other people's finances, like people talking about people food stamps and shit, getting food stamps, like, you make a quarter, you get a $quarter raise and shit, now you better than somebody. It's sad that when people make a little bit more money than they used to make, they gain peasants and they think they are superior and they think they have the right to talk down to people. I like when people talk down to me and about me because it gives me the option and it gives me the right to like really, really burn you where it hurts the most. A lot of people just talk off the top of their head. They say a lot of dumb shit and they don't know what they be talking about. So if a person get food stamps, do you know the people that get food stamps and get public assistance is stimulating the economy, right? So, and I don't want to get into economic talk. I don't want to get into a debate about economics or financial situations. Like, if you are here talking about what you have and you don't have nothing to show for it, but you could, like, because everyone, I feel like they save money to go on trips and shit. It's not like you could just dip into your savings accounts and say, I got $10,000, $20,000 in my savings accounts and I'm going to take my family on a vacation. It's not like you got $10,000, $20,000 in your savings accounts and you could draw that money and say, I could do whatever I want to do. No, you work just like everyone else work, right? Everyone else, and we are in all ways, many ways than one, contribute to society. I contribute to society. I'm pretty sure if you working or whether you working or not, there are ways that people can contribute to society. So all that bullshit talk about people getting food stamps, people doing this, people doing that, like, take a look at yourself. Like, what are you doing that's better than a person that's getting food stamps, right? But you're not, are you paying attention to what's going on in this Trump era where he wants to cut your social security that you paid into for all your life? Like, I mean, not all your life, but most of the time that you were working, that is going to be cut. That is a social aid. Right? Don't get up here and talk about people getting food stamps and shit when they not holding those food stamps in their pocket. They spending it and stimulating the economy. You bitch, excuse me. You ladies, you women are delusional. Let me see. It is supposed to be black. Is it? Yes, Ruben guy. It's supposed to be black. Hit the like button, Ruben. It's black because I'm a witch. And I'm, you know, speaking from a black screen because I don't have the time or the energy to be going back and forth. I don't even have a setup, right? I'm very like snooty, so I will want my setup to look nice and it's not set up like that. But I'm going to move on from this topic about the snotty people. And it's not even particularly the black community because the black community have their own set of problems and issues that needs to be dealt with. Right? We are probably the poorest race ever. We are probably the ones that don't have generational wealth. So when black women get up here and scold other black women for having less than, right? I'm like, oh, please, who do you think you are? You are nobody. You on this sector talking shit too. You have not made no multi-millions. You're not a multi-millionaire. You're not a freaking thousandaire. You have to save up money just like everybody else have to save money. You have to go in your bank account and budget also. How about that? Let me move on. So the ones that's here, thank you for being with me. I appreciate you here, staying, giving me your time. And I think the topic was men, are y'all okay? Because this is a relationship channel. I'm changing the gear of this channel. I'm changing the outlook. I'm changing perspective. I'm changing the whole concept of this channel. It's a relationship, lifestyle, current events channel. And we speak about fashion too. So I'm on Threads. Threads is a part of Instagram, and where you can just like Threads has now become a freaking dating site for people that want to get married. It's like 100 women, thousands of women every day pouring out their heart, saying how they want to get married. They are dating to marry, and there are thousands of men that's saying that they're looking for a wife. They're dating to get married. I'm not a part of that fray. I don't want to get married. I don't want to be in a committed long-term relationship. I mean, if things change in the future, yeah, I'm willing and I'm open to that. I have never been the one to settle, but like when I was in my 20s and now that I'm in my 40s, my standards have changed, my perception has changed, my outlook has changed of how I look at and view relationships. As a man, I'm okay. Are you okay? Thank you, Ruben. You good? I would love to be married. Okay, thank you guys. Listen, so I don't have a problem with marriage. I think marriage is a beautiful union. I think marriage is between two people. Like in the United States, I believe that it has to be two people that are married, and to be and for it to be legal and looked at as legal is two people. That's why I say two people, because we live in different societies. But my thing is, I've been doing some research on Threads, and if you want to follow me, I think it's Bronx underscore girl underscore 80 on Threads. Now, I don't have a problem, but like it's like okay, so it's like a man versus woman thing. I am a part of that fray. I'm a part of. I have got sucked in to that gender war shit, and it's okay because I'm still here to empower women, stand up for women, speak for the woman that do not have the boldness that I have, the woman that is not gonna stand up, speak for herself because she don't want to be judged. I don't mind being judged. I don't mind being pricked or stuck or stung by a man with his little hurtful, hateful insults. That's okay because once you become a part of the public and the social media, I'm not going to sit here and toot my horn and say I'm a social media influencer. I'm not, but I'm about to be in that path, right? I'm gearing towards that pathway of becoming a social media influencer, public speaker. So on Threads, I'm telling y'all, even if you just go peek and sign up and just look at it for a while and just analyze and observe the women versus men, and that there are women that sit there and say, and it's okay to have your opinions because that's what it's for, to exchange your ideas. But Threads have become a site for dating sites and women mostly that want to get married. And the most important thing, like, no, it's not important, but one of the topics that stick out, jump out, pop out is women that sit there and so bold to say, and I'm not judging you, it's just that I just, sometimes I'll be taken aback by women that have not, how you say, thrived in their mindset, their growth, their mindset is stagnant. Not to say that I'm judging you intentionally and maliciously, but so when a woman get up there and say, listen, I'm only dating to get married. And if you're not dating to get married, then you're wasting your time. Men that say, well, I don't want no woman with no kids. I don't want no single woman because single women are the evil, single women are abominations. And I'm like, are men okay? Like, how do you come to that conclusion that a woman that has kids and that's not married are abomination? Do you think? Are you thinking for once? Like, if you think for once in a lifetime, let me see what my people. I think most men want this best for the women. Like, I don't know. What I'm saying is, I know. Listen, if I were a woman that wanted to get married, I would present that to a man that I want to get married to. But the people and the men on Threads, they come up with these ideas and say stupid shit like, well, like you would know if you want to marry someone in 3 to 6 months, 6 to 9 months, within a year. You would know. A man knows when they want to get married. So if I'm a woman, I meet a guy. Let me see. I'm talking to Ruben, the blob guy. So Ruben Guy, listen to this. I see the comment down below. And that's the thing, y'all men, you don't, instead of thinking because you lack critical thinking skills and it's so hard for you to think, so you go automatically straight to judging. You think everyone is hurt. First and foremost, I don't want to get married. I'm not interested in getting married. I do have kids. I am not married as a mother. Am the head of household. Like men, you jump to conclusion. This is why you are become unlovable, and this is why you are viewed as hateful, and this is why you are viewed as misogynistic and sexist. This is why you are viewed as straight. This is why straight men are viewed as hating women. Right? Every woman don't want to get married. Why? We do not want to be stuck in a relationship or marriage with a man that has nothing to offer. Long term, if you don't have nothing to offer, why would any smart, decent, intelligent woman want to marry you? Whether she is a single mother or not. Okay? Ruben Guy said, hey, there are men who want to end the world. I mean, of course, we all see stupid people and stupid opinions, but when you see your family and your friends, it's not like that. We are all on the same team. But listen, Ruben, what I'm saying is there are men that expect women to accept a marriage proposal because men really think, some men, right? I guess I have to say some men for the sake of it. Some men think that all women want to get married. All women do not want to get married. They want to forego the marriage, right? You can be in a long-term committed relationship without being married. The only reason why I would get married is because I'm madly in love with that person. We are compatible. We share the same interests. We share the same values. We stand on our principles. We have this like difference of opinion, but we respect one another. We trust one another. We love one another. We honor one another. But I'm not just going to get married because a man proposed to me. That should be like said from the beginning. So let's see. That's my point. It's crazy. People exist and you cannot make these. Well, listen, I'm here. I'm a public speaker. I speak on topics that's floating around the world. I speak on topics, and I'm mostly here to stand up for women and stand in for women and empower women and let women know that you can stand up and voice your opinion. But I'm here mostly for women. I'm harsh on women too, but I'm more harsher on the men. I'm here to put men in their place, not so putting them in their place, but standing up for women. And Threads gives me that inclination that men automatically assume that women want to get married. And I want the men in here to just sit back and relax and think for 1 second instead of jumping to conclusions, because when you jump to conclusions, you always come out wrong. Always come out wrong. I want men to think about this because men on Threads, and that's the ongoing topic. They would say something like, single women, stay away from single mothers because they don't give nothing to the world. Like, what do you mean? So men, if you are so smart and you so-called problem solvers, right? Like, if you are so much of a problem solver, solve this riddle. Okay, so if you are a man and you meet a woman, what are the chances of that woman wanting to have a baby with you and you're not married to her? What are the chances of the woman that you meet want to marry you and have a baby with you? Because birth rate has gone down. Women don't want to get married. They are happy single. Women don't want to be treated like a maid. Women don't want to be looked at as an object. We want to be treated and honored and looked at as an equal. That's hard for men to commit to. So if a man asks me to marry him and we didn't talk about marriage, I'm like, no, sorry. And he'd be like, oh, well, listen. And we didn't talk about it because, 3 months in, 6 months in, of course you talk about these things. But if you don't talk about these things and you pop up with a marriage proposal and say, listen, well, I want to get married and I want to have kids. And I say, hell no, that's not my idea of living my life. That's not my future. That's not how I see my future. I don't want any kids. And this is just me just talking because I have children, two adult kids and one underage child. So if I was a single woman with no kids and not married, just exploring my options, getting out there, getting to know people, and a man that I'm with, and he just pop up and just automatically assume 6 months into the relationship, and he say, "Yo, I want to get married," or he proposed to me, and he's expecting me to say, "Oh yes, I'll marry you," and then I'll be like, "No, I don't want to marry you. I don't want to get married to anyone in the foreseeable future," and then he'll say, "Well, I don't think this relationship is going to work." That's the point. Okay, I respect it less than 1%. But listen, no, study shows that women are much happier single. The only one who benefits from marriage in this era, in this time, in this, I don't know, I guess, in this world, I say world because I don't have the word for it, is men. If you are a man and you're listening with open ears, with an open mind, and who is open to constructive criticism, I'll ask you this. You don't have to answer it. What is the chances of you not dating a single mother? Because if you're dating a single mother, that means that she's not married. But if she's married, then what purpose would you serve? So when men say they don't date single mothers, what do you mean? What do you want, a three-way? You want the husband to be involved? And only way that a woman is considered single mother is a man is deceased or dead. So you want to come in as a third party and be married, be with a single mother with a woman that's already has established a relationship with another man and her kid. So stop saying you don't date single mothers. Just say you don't date women with children. That makes a lot more sense. That's fine though. Everyone can have their own dreams. I don't think there is a problem of men and women are going to talk shit and be stupid. That's just life. Studies do show that, but most marriages are unsuccessful. Anyway, you can't base your life statistics, even though I know that fact that I still listen, you can want to get married, Ruben. Right? But what's the chances of you getting married and you finding a woman that wants to get married and a woman that want to have a baby with you? Think about that. What are the chances of you finding a woman, looking for a woman, meeting a woman, a beautiful woman who have her shit together, who's just a beautiful woman, a sweet, kind, intelligent woman that can make decisions and her own choices for herself that wants to marry you? What's the percentage of that? Where would you start to look for that? Are you going to pray for that woman, or she's going to fall from the sky into your arms, land in your lap? You got to do a lot of freaking footwork to find that type of woman. And it's okay. Marriage is a beautiful thing. But what I want to know is who does marriage benefits the most? Men or women? Right? So I wouldn't want to get married to a man that there's no benefit in it. It has to greatly benefit me. It would have to be a foreseeable future. I would have to have some type of benefits. Financially is the most important part. You need money to look for love. I don't think you need money to be in love, but you need money to look for love, or at least start to look for love. And that's the question, men. Like, what are the chances of you saying that you don't date single women? Okay, you don't date single moms. That's okay. Stay away from single moms. But the fact that you don't date single moms, and you think you could just berate her, demean her, and degrade her because this single mom don't want a man like you in her child's life, with that patriarchy. And I say patriarchy, which it doesn't matter, with that macho man masculine bullshit and your set of beliefs and decisions and choices that we don't want our children growing up to adhere to. We want our children to at least have a decent life, who is open-minded, who can make their own choices. So, and I'll just get off of that. But what's the answer? What are the choices? So if you meet a woman, right? Even if you meet a woman and you have a baby by her and you don't marry her, she's still a single mom. I don't care if you are living together or not. she's still a single mom. Because legally, which married people have great benefits and they are looked at as humans, what are the chances are you marrying this woman before you have a baby with her and then have a baby? So if a man meet the woman of his dreams and he have a baby with her, they have a baby together, he doesn't marry her, she is still considered a single mom. So the point of having two family household is so the child won't starve, to combine. And most people get married because they want to merge finances together. Let me read. I think it's pretty high odds. I think social media is not a good way to judge men, the most extreme and the most stupid things to have. That's true. But you know what I'm doing it? I'm doing it for the sake of research and the sake of me like growing my platform and speaking about relationships and just talking about topics that relate to other people, relatable topics, because I've seen it so much on threads and male podcasters that talk about and demean and degrade and make it like single moms are the abomination of the world, that we are an abomination. But men can't answer that question. Do you know that if you are and you meet the woman of your dreams and you have a baby with her and you don't marry her, she's still considered a single mom, right? But what are the chances, men, of you meeting a beautiful woman of your dreams, she wanting to have a baby with you, she's wanting to marry you? What are the chances of that? Because a lot of women don't want to have kids nowadays. They don't want to get married. It's rare. I'm not saying that you can't find what you're looking for, but there are women out there that's like foregoing and rejecting the fact and the ideal of marriage, because marriage benefits men the most. But if a woman wants to get married and decides she want to get married, then it should benefit her greatly. I agree with you. It's man's fault as much. Right, but and you know what's so sad is that men don't think like that. They just automatically assume a woman want to get married or a woman want to have children. Not all women are like that. A lot of men have a problem with independent women. Like if you are independently single of the man that you are with, that means that you're not married. In a marriage, both parties, the man, woman, however, two men, two women, whatever, right, should have their independence, should maintain their independence, because that will bring your bond closer. You have your set of hobbies. I have my set of hobbies. I have my set of interests. You have your set of interests. We come together. We do things together. But for me to be codependent on you and you to be codependent on me, or me to solely rely on you or you to solely rely on me, that's not going to work. Because in the midst of all that, someone is going to resent each other. I'm here for the women. And I'm here and I'm not scared to say to the women, I don't care how much money you have, right? Some women would be so bold to say, well, I have my own money, which is okay, which is good, which you should have your own money. But if you didn't come from wealth, you do need your own money. But marriage should benefit you greatly in the long run. Men are now dying at a particular age in their 50s, and I would not want to get married, or any woman should not want to get married if the man doesn't have anything to leave behind. Life insurance, a will. My last girlfriend was so loud all the time. My ears got tight and I left the relationship. I don't have a problem with independent women. Some women are too loud though. It seems like you have a problem, insanity. It seems like you have a personal problem with women. Like, who are you to judge to say that your last girlfriend was so loud you couldn't take it? Maybe you have like a sensory issue and that's not her problem. Maybe your sensory issue has nothing to do with her. Maybe you just have problems with women. Okay? Am I wrong? But I feel I can tell you're consuming these thoughts that are social media. I don't know how relevant it all would have been in your life. Sounds like you have a personal problem with men who... No, I don't. I do have a personal problem with men who think that women are beneath them. I have a problem with men who don't respect women. I have a problem with men who think that they can make decisions and choices for other women. I have a problem with men that don't respect women that can make their own choices and decisions. I have a problem that men jump to conclusions. Men are not okay. There is a male loneliness epidemic going on. And you have to sit back and like self-reflect as to why men are lonely, because women don't want to deal with the bullshit. Whether you like what I'm saying or not, however you decide to interpret it, however you decide to ingest it, that's totally up to you. However you decide to perceive me, that's up to you. Your perception of me is not going to change what I say. No, you haven't met her. I'm telling you, she had a volume loud. But you're not going to solve the world. Men have been okay. Women have never been okay. No, see, and that's the thing. Like, you have your set of ideas about women. Men are not okay. So answer me this, men, are if you so intelligent and you such a problem solver. I don't know. A lot of men don't like to hear the truth. A lot of men don't like to be pushed back on their ideology and beliefs. Right? You have a set of beliefs thinking that women are inferior. Like you don't like men, most men, majority of men nowadays don't look at women as equals. A lot of men nowadays don't look at women as human. They look at them as objects. They look at them as inferior. They look at them as something that that's not to be taken seriously. So let me ask you this: since you are so bold in your decisions and your answers and your questions and your judgments, are men psychopaths or are psychopaths men? You're not going to sit here and tell me that men don't have a set of psychotic problems, right? That they hide, they suffer in silence, they don't care, they lack empathy, they lack emotional intelligence. They don't want to do the work to improve on their health and the quality of their life. They sit here and blame women for everything. They don't take responsibility for themselves. They think women are supposed to solve their problems automatically. Men are not hardwired not to express their emotions. Who's stopping you from expressing your emotions? Who's stopping you from showing a care and concern to the next set of human beings, which is women? Like, who's stopping you from doing that shit? Like, I'm pretty sure you listen to male podcasters, and male podcasters are the ones who have turned men and who have encouraged men to hate women. Okay? So, sure, some men do that, but also some women look down on men, right? They do. We do. I have met guys, and let me see how much time do I got up here, because I'm about to end this in a little bit. I have met guys as a woman, as a beautiful, sexy woman that can voice her opinions and don't matter if you take it the right way or the wrong way, right? So I could sit here and meet a guy and I don't even ask men that I meet if they have girlfriends, because I'm not that invested and I'm not that interested in meeting guys getting into a relationship or trying to start a relationship or even give you that impression I want a relationship, right? I have met guys that are so close-minded and so fucking dumb that any and everything I said, their response was, "Oh, you're so argumentative. You debate." And then I have to say to them, how do you develop critical thinking skills if not through debate? How do you gain a different perspective and insight if not through debate or just exchanging ideas or arguing facts? Or men don't like to be challenged. They don't like their authority to be challenged. I don't like those type of men. I don't like macho men. I don't like the bravado men. I like men that can hold the conversation, just like the men that's in the chat right now, even though, you are presenting sexist ideas. That's okay. I can handle it. But if there is a male loneliness epidemic, like, whose fault is that? It's not our fault that you males are lonely. It's not. We just don't want to deal with the bullshit. It starts with working on yourself. I feel like a lot of girls like confident men, though. That's right. We do. However, understand there's a difference between confidence and arrogant controlling. There is too. Aren't you saying sexist ideas too? No? Like what? Ruben, before I go, tell me what's so sexist about what I'm saying. Right? So let me just bring it to a point, Ruben. And I appreciate everyone that participated. It makes me feel like I have the courage to go on, even though we're not agreeing on everything I'm saying, but I respect the opinions of men. I do. I mean, y'all have said things that I'm like, oh, okay, well, that doesn't align with what I'm saying, but it's okay. What sexist things have I said? Yeah, I don't think we're being sexist. You are. I don't think sexist. Listen, men are sexist. Like I have sons. It's embedded in them. I didn't embed these things in them. It's just that they grew up. It's social. It's a social thing, right? It's a social thing. And I gather all this information from male podcasters that demean and degrade single women, that demean and degrade single mothers, that demean and degrade women that choose to be free and independent of any man, that don't want to be a part of that fray where she has to be in a relationship where as she's demeaned and degraded and belittled and just, I don't know the word, anything that's not positive. Like I meet guys and I'm like, I don't want a relationship. I like to explore my options. No one can make me settle down. I don't want to settle down anytime soon. I'm too, like, I don't know. It's a two-way street. Everyone is sexist. Everyone is sexist in their own right. I mean, I guess I sexualize men in a way. Like, if you're not sexy and you're not, like, appealing to me or alluring to me, I don't think that I will be attracted to you in a relationship. But what I'm saying is, men, not to get it twisted, not to belabor the point, we free women that's not married, we free women that's single, we free women that have our independent thoughts and can make our own choices and make our own decisions. We are the ones that's most targeted. And what I was saying is I meet guys, I let them know I don't want a relationship, I'm exploring my options. The first thing they go to is prostitution, whore, or, any other thing that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Or I ask men that I meet and they say, well, women are single, da 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 da, especially black women. Like, oh, black women are single, they the least demographic, I think, to be married. Like, so y'all men expect if you don't see a leash around a woman's neck, then that means that she's single. Is that what that means? I respect you for your opinions, and nobody needs to bend for you, and that's fine, and nobody needs to bend for it. Like, I don't want nobody to bend for me. I think men should be open to the idea that women are just as smart as them, or that we have the same or operate on the same mental capacity, or men are not natural leaders, right? That's the most thing. Men think they should lead. Men want to lead, but like, riddle me this, if you want to lead, can you be a leader? Are you willing to take responsibility if the relationship if the relationship fail? Are you willing to accept responsibility if the relationship is not, like, held together? Of course, the woman have to take accountability and responsibility for herself. But what men don't tell women that want to be submissive, and that's the thing. I'm not going to get a woman, because women on threads will be like, I want a man to lead. I want a man to be in control. I want a man to dominate. You can be a leader and lead, and you don't need any followers. You can be a leader and lead and not be dominant or controlling. Right? So a lot of men say they want to lead, but you don't tell the women that if I lead, I come first. I come before you. If I lead, I come to you. You don't come to me. If I lead, you're supposed to march at the beat of my drum, the tune of my drum. Like, y'all don't tell women this. Women don't know this. That's why they be hurt and depressed. Okay? So if y'all want to be honest, if you want to lead and you want to be a leader, you should open up the discussion to women and say, listen, Bronx girl, if you want me to lead, that means I come first before you. My priorities are first and foremost if you want me to lead, Bronx girl. Right? I don't come, you don't come to me, I come to you. I make the decisions and I make the choices. But y'all don't say this shit. So women get into a relationship being submissive, thinking that, oh, the only thing that I'm supposed to be submissive to is their dominance. No, you're put on the back burner. If men could be open and honest and let the woman know up front, I want to lead, you follow me, then I think things will go a little bit more smoothly. But men don't do that. They automatically think women supposed to know these rules and shit, right? If a woman submit to a man, she's supposed to give the man what he want. In order for the man to love the woman like she want to be loved, she's supposed to be submissive. But what men don't fail to realize, and what women fail to realize is this: if I didn't submit, if I wasn't submissive, would you still love me? You can't worry about some situations that's not even right. What do you mean? This is an open discussion. These are things that's going on in the world. These are real live discussions, whether it relates to you or not. I know, like, if you think that me getting up here speaking off the top of my brain, because y'all have been really respectful. I appreciate it. No one has called me out my name. No one has made me feel uncomfortable, and that's okay. But what I'm saying is, like, why don't you just be open to different opinions and a different perspective and a different insight? Why don't you, like, at least use your critical thinking skills that you have and that you need to get in sync and in touch with, right? So men, you know that if you lead, that you have to make the decisions and choices. You know that if you lead, that you come first. You know that if you lead, that you go to the woman don't come to you. You know that the chances of you being a lead and a woman being submissive, that she's going to be depressed and low self-esteem. I don't have low self-esteem where I need to, like, regress and belittle, and I'm not, oh gosh, and belittle myself just to have the acceptance of a man's love. Tell me if I'm wrong. A submissive woman, her role is to give the man what he wants in order for him to love her. Right? Men don't want love. They want love and they despise it at the same time. They accept it and they reject it. I'm just saying. And before I go, and I'm going to conclude this, men, they do want love. They crave love. They need love. They are deprived of touch. They are deprived of sex. They are lonely. They are horny. And they are sexless. This is why they lie and say they are celibate, because they are lonely, horny, and sexless. So it makes them look good. Like, oh, I'm celibate. I'm waiting for the right woman to come along. And, I only want to give myself to my wife. That's good and all. That's not something that I'm attracted to. Right? If men learn how to embrace certain human qualities like empathy, and you're not weak because you have empathy. It's just that you can relate and understand another human being. Every man I meet, I ask them, do you cry? And every one of them say, hell yeah, I cry. But they say something totally different. Men want love. Men want love. That's right. And that's why women, if you are listening, I'll just say this to you. If you want a relationship to thrive, make sure your relationship, and men too, because I appreciate you being in here and being so respectful and just giving me feedback and voicing your opinions. I appreciate that. You are welcome here any other time. I'm going to go live quite often. But men and women, adults, if you want a relationship to at least work, you lower your expectations. Every woman don't want to get married. Every man don't want to get married, and that's okay. You can have a long-term relationship without marriage, but if it benefits you and it benefits you in the long run, then you need to at least work on that. But at least with a relationship, and you want to start a relationship, and you want a healthy relationship, and you want a relationship that you can thrive off of and see how it grows and cultivates, the three qualities that you need in a relationship, and don't settle for less, men or women. You need emotional, you need intellectual, and you need a sexual, right? Emotional, intellectual, and sexual. You have to be attracted to the one that you want to marry. It has to have some appeal. They have to have some type of appeal and allure. Emotional, where you can build and exchange ideas, and you have the same things in common, even if you have difference of opinions. Intellectual, like you still do have to operate on intellectual level. Not saying that, oh, you can't be taught. Like if men were open to being taught by women, and accepting women have their own set of philosophy and ideas that they can at least instill in a man, and where he can have to take into the world, that would be great. But sexually, intellectually, and emotionally, like some women, like, okay, I don't like the heavy stuff, but I'm not going to be with a man that I can't get deeply emotionally with. I'm not going to marry someone that we have surface level relationships. So that should be what you look for: emotional, intellectual, and sexually. That should be your compatibility traits before you decide to make it permanent. I will probably see this stream around. I hope so. You have a question, Casper? Ask your question, because I am going to end soon, but I am open to questions. And that's the thing. Like, don't go into a relationship expecting a woman to want to marry you and have a baby with you because you are a man. I mean, men are beautiful. I love men that I love, and I hate the men that I hate. If you didn't make the cut, oh well, right? I despise a certain set of men. Like if you want to be honest, I do not like cheap men. I do not like men that lacks generosity. I don't have a problem with saying I hate men. I hate cheap men. I hate men that's not generous. I hate men that think that they could tell a woman what to do and she's supposed to sit there and abide by his rules and shit. I hate men that don't want a woman to have her freedom. Any man that respect a woman that has her freedom and her independence, but still love him and show kindness to him and respect to him, that's the type of man for me. You know what I mean? That's the type of man for me. I want y'all, if y'all haven't, to subscribe to this page so you could get notifications, and maybe I will have the courage to come and look beautiful and sexy and appeal to my audience, because I want you to see that I'm not like I'm playing around with talking shit or just being vain. I am vain in my own nature, but I'm serious about what I say. I'm dead serious. If we can come together and exchange ideas and be respectful of one another, then that's never going to be a problem, right? Everyone have the right to their opinions, ideas, and we can exchange different ideas all the time. Casper said, in my past, I have clashed super bad with women. Today, I think I have really crushed my perception of female so bad. I feel as if I talk for some time to a woman, I start going too far, it's doing less. Well, it's okay to sit back and observe, Casper. You meet a woman, you slowly get to know her, you cast out all your expectations. Like, there are going to be things like, maybe like you meet a woman, she's really pretty, she's really sexy, but she don't have no values, she don't stand on principle, you don't share the same interests. Those are the women that you don't want with. Like, I don't think you should waste your time on someone that you don't want to build a future with. I think you should, Casper, not only you, men and women involved, get to know the person. It takes a long time before you get to know a person. I've learned, and in the future, if you want, before you commit to someone, at least give it 1 to 2 years. You can have friends, keep your friends. Don't like get rid of your friends. Make sure, but the relationship has stages. And each stage of the relationship you grow. But it doesn't matter if you are committed to the person or not. The relationship should be, even if it's a friendship, it should involve love, care, and concern, kindness, integrity, trust, respect, and definitely, most definitely, effective communication. It's okay. Every man that do not know how to communicate or express his feelings, it's nothing stopping you from telling a woman, I like you, I would like to get to know you, let's take this slow. I have friends. This is you as a man. I'll talk to you, me being a man. You meet a girl, Say, listen, I have friends. I would like to get to know you. You seem very interested. I would like to get to know your background, but you don't say this all at once. You give her some time, she should give you some time. You tell her to consider to continue to explore her options because you're going to continue to explore your options. You have friends. And like, you're not going to say nothing stupid like, I have a roster. Like, that shit is so freaking tacky. Exploring your options is in our nature because we are humans. And humans are naturally, you know, social people, social species. You're supposed to make social connections. Don't stop at one, Casper. Don't just get one woman and think that's the one for you. I don't care how beautiful she is. I don't care how smart she is. I don't care how much she brings to the table. That's just, you just don't know her overnight. It's nothing happens overnight. If you want to get to know a woman, you just let her lead for the moment. Because she's letting you lead until she feel like you're going to lead off a cliff. I let men lead. And then when I've determined that they're gonna take us off a cliff, then I'll be like, oh no, hell no. You're not safe at all. Social animal is dying. I want to say this though. I love what you're trying to do. Passion is amazing. I don't totally agree with you, but have us advice. I want to give you advice. Maybe I'm wrong, but take your passion to life. Oh yeah, I want to go to the top. I'm all about exploring my options. I'm like all about taking a risk. Talking about this crazy, crazy man does nothing. Your real life experience to try to focus on more actions that's relevant. Black woman thinks she's smart. I am smart. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay? I am smart. And a lot of men don't like smart women at all. Because society taught them that women are not smart. They are, what they say? Oh, we're emotional and men are so logical and rational. Men are so logical and rational that they so smart that they have a baby with a woman before marrying her. And you know what? And then push come to shove, that woman don't want to be with him or he don't want to be with that woman. Now they have a child together and now she's like, you're going to go to child support. And then the man say, why do we have to pay child support? That's just not right. You paying child support because before you had a baby with the woman, you didn't marry her. You didn't do the right thing. So if you're so logical and so rational, men, marry the women that you have a baby with. And you won't have to pay child support. Yeah, that's it. And that's all. They are afraid of a bigger female. They are. And I'm not afraid to present my confidence and my sexuality. I'm in tune with my sexuality. And that's another topic for another day. I'm in tune with my sexuality. You know what I mean? First of all, I would not like degrade myself or be submissive to any man that's not like, I won't, I'm not a submissive woman. I let men know that up top. I'm like, I'm not submissive. You know what I mean? That means if I'm submissive, that I have to wait for you to come and get and jump on top of me. That's just not how things go. I don't like men that don't enjoy sex either. Like men nowadays, they don't enjoy sex. They don't even know the female anatomy. They don't even know what it takes for a woman to enjoy herself. But I get mine before you get yours. And with that being said, I would like to say thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. Have a great day. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day, beautiful people.